Big up, big up, big up, everybody. It's your boy, Mark and MUFC fan, and you know what it is. Smash those likes and subscribe. Get in, have your say. This is the one and only Manchester United all-inclusive channel. Get everything that you need right here. Watch alongs, you get transfer talk, you get the listen reports, you get team news, you get analytics, you get it all, guys. Come through, share it around, help the community grow. Be a part. You can even get in on the live call-ins. There's the midday call-in show as well for all the fans. Even if you're not a Manchester United fan, you can call in, have your say about your team. If you want to brag about your team's position in the Premier League, have at it as well. Big up to you guys coming in. And I just have to say good morning and good afternoon to all of you joining, and thank you for being here. Let's get right into the show, guys. Lots to be talking about right now this morning. As you know, there's lots of news and reports coming in, lots of different statements from different players, different outlets. You know, it's outgoings, incomings, but the main topic right now, guys, is Manchester United has to sell to buy. And in order to bring in some of the top talents that we would like to see come into the club, we are going to have to make way some sales. What does this mean? This means that there are several players who will be on the chomping block this summer. And of course, you know, there's always going to be reports and links from all different clubs and all different players. But we need to cut through all of that and focus on what is possible for Man United, guys, because we, whether I like it or not, we do have a little bit of issues when it comes to finances in this current moment. So the European Giants, you know, there has been reports this morning that Manchester United Marcus Rashford has rejected 3 bids from Saudi, a monumental 35 million a year contract rejected by the 27-year-old. But this did not stop Man United from placing a transfer value on this player. A minimum of 40 million is required to get this player out from Manchester United this January window. Let's see if that brings some fishes on the hook to bite. And that when we talk about that, guys, as you can see, there are reports that 2 European giants are leading the race to sign the 60 million rated United star in January. And there's a firm stance on Rashford transfer saga as the January window unfolds. The future of the Manchester United player remains a hot topic in all football circles, according to the recent report by Team Talk. European powerhouses Borussia Dortmund and Paris Saint-Germain are keenly monitoring the situation of the exiled Red Devil forward. Renewed interest from Europe's elite. The 27-year declared that he was ready for a new challenge, guys, and in the next steps. In an interview last month, sparking widespread speculation about whether his future is at Old Trafford or away from Old Trafford, despite not playing since December 12th. During United's Europa League victory at Pilsen, his market value remains high, with the club demanding between 40 to 60 million for his services. So, interestingly enough, guys, both Dortmund and PSG have expressed interest in Rashford, seeing him as a versatile addition to their squads. Dortmund might even consider a loan move similar to that one where they orchestrated with Jadon Sancho in 2024, hinting at a strategic approach to acquire the England international. Market dynamics and the strategic moves that could possibly allow these things to happen. Of course, we know there's recent reports that Antonio Conte is very interested in having this player come in a swap deal with Victor Osimhen. And guys, while I'm not a fan of Victor Osimhen, maybe it improves us or gives us a more attacking cutting edge than what we currently have with Marcus Rashford. Of course, we know the Englishman is very, very talented. He has a bulk of ability as well, but he has not shown it consistently. And it's what we have been missing since last season from this guy. You know, that way he would lead the team like a talisman wearing that number 10. So maybe we might need to make a change. So these are the options that have been coming in. Napoli is interested. Conto doesn't mind a swap deal, might even be pushing for the situation. What are your thoughts in the comments? United placing a transfer value on the player. Do you think a Man United fan wrote the headline mark 60 million star? 100% Tommy Boyle. Definitely 100% written by a Man United fan. Maybe, but I wouldn't call him a 60 million rated star. Currently, Man United has, and I can show you where I'm not even making a joke. Man United has established, you know, has set a price tag for Marcus Rashford, and I can show you it here. This is the article right here. And this article says that Man United has set a 40 million minimum transfer value for this player. So yeah, I mean, for me, guys, I think it's fair. I think that's 100% equilibrium right there. It brings pure profit into the club if he does go. And I think at 40 million, it's a good value based on the fact that he does have a gigantic contract. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things, guys. You give and you take, and you make it creative and you make it work. And it's one of those things for me where I feel like certainly we need to be looking at all the different options available to us right now, and all the possibilities, guys. There's reports that Christian Eriksen should be leaving. There's reports that Ruben Amorim is a little bit not ready to sanction the out departure of Casemiro as he fears being left short on options for the midfield role. And that is a very interesting report as well, guys, because as we know, I have also reported it that Casemiro is open to making a move. And but being open to make a move, you know, Man United have also said that they are ready to accept a 30 million loss on this expensive signing. And we know that there are currently some Saudi clubs that are very much interested in getting the services of Casemiro. A report claimed that Saudi Pro League clubs are interested in signing the player, and they are already tabling an offer that should be somewhere in the region of 30 million pounds. Maybe that might be the out Man United needs. At 30 million pounds, you can definitely reinvest that into another midfield talent. I think there's plenty options available. And guys, if we do it creatively, with the additionally with the outs of Christian Eriksen, the likes of a Victor Lindelof, maybe to Leicester City for 10 million or 6 million pounds. I think that's fair, guys. You get Ericsson moved on for 3 to 5 million pounds, and there goes, guys. You got something like 40 million pounds in the coffers recovered, goes to FFP. You can now spend, you can now attract a midfielder for somewhere in the region of 50 to 60 million pounds, and you can pay that deal on terms. You don't have to pay everything up front, guys. It makes things very interesting. 100% Tommy Boyle. It's fair to fair. You know what I mean? We know he's a talented player. We know he has a big name, but he has not been performing to that level. So we cannot be demanding the top dollar for him. Can we get another Ugarte type player for 30 million? Well, that's very interesting that you could have asked. We were in the market for the likes of Andre Trinidade, who we've seen play against Wolves. We've seen his defensive prowess in the midfield, and he costed Wolves somewhere in the region of 18 million pounds. It was not that expensive of a deal. I'm pretty sure there are options on the market. There's the likes of Edison, who's available for 40 million euros, which in effect is 32 million pounds. You can add something to that. You can make a deal. You can pay on terms. Maybe you can offer them 50 million for the player, and then you pay on terms. You pay 45 million pounds for a 50 million euro player, something like that. You work it out. We've seen them do deals like this in the summer. And interestingly enough, there's also some reports coming in, guys, that it might be very interesting because Man United has received a few offers for the 4.3 rated million star that we paid, Altair buying there. But his agent has been confirming that the star wants to stay at Old Trafford and fight for his chances. It's reported earlier that Man United want to sign a new goalkeeper in 2025 to compete with Andre Onana. Alta Bayender was not regarded as a credible competition for the Cameroonian international, and Bayender's agent Sefa Serek has dismissed those reports and revealed that United does not want to lose the shot stopper. He said that Altai has offers from many European clubs and the Premier League at the beginning of the season. There are clubs currently interested, but Altai wants to stay and play in Manchester United. The club definitely does not want to lose Altai, says the Turkish agent. It's interesting that this report has come out now, guys, because this shows a different option. But what's really interesting is that we talked about a bid that Manchester United has made for Nuno Mendes, and there are reports coming out today that talks are breaking down in negotiations for the player. There's no longer any contact between Nuno Gomez and Paris Saint-Germain regarding contract extension negotiations, according to RMC Sport journalist Arthur Perot. And talks between PSG and Mendes look to be heading towards an agreement. The two parties had been locked in negotiation for several months and were nearing an end, however, abruptly ended amid interest from Manchester United, who have since submitted a proposal to the Portuguese international, and this is courtesy RMC Sport. As transcribed, the report contacts between players' entourage and PSG has been cut entirely for now. His entourage is angry with the way that negotiations have panned out and would therefore want to renegotiate. For now, PSG are not willing to listen to those calls, although Perrot adds that there's hope of resolving the situation. Meanwhile, Mendes is open to a move to Old Trafford, with Manchester in a desperate need of a left wing back that can fit into Amorim's system. Now, talks are breaking down between PSG and the Man United target Nuno Mendes. Does that give Manchester United an in this situation? I certainly think so, guys. Now, it's a situation where it's very possible that Manchester United could get this deal done. But what I would say, guys, creatively enough, are we making a bluff? Because we might be using Nuno Mendes. I don't doubt that we would like to sign the target, but what I would say is, so from instances that we have made this summer, he could be used as an example of how United is not gonna do business in this January window. We might swoop in and snatch up the likes of Alvaro Fernandez for 16.5 million pounds. That's an easy deal to do. We just have to enact a clause. There's also the option of going into the Rona and signing the youngster Miguel Gutierrez, who everyone is on the top of everyone's list, even Liverpool. It's going to be interesting, guys. He's only 20 million pounds. They currently established a price of 30 million euros for this player, which in effect is 21 million pounds. And I think that United should be getting in to get this player first. Yeah, Lucky, it would be nice to sanction some sales now, but you got to have the interest and they have to be paying a reasonable fee for the players that you want to be moved on. You can't just say sell if there are no buyers, if you understand what I'm saying. Big up to everyone in the building, says Danny B. I hope you're well. Our players you can't not like have IQ, bro. It's either you have IQ or you don't. It's different. That's just, you can't want to. We're getting our pants pulled down again. Don't pay anything over 35 million. Well, it's going to be interesting to see if that happens. Yeah, we talked about Casemiro wanting to leave quite for some time now. And there's a source that, Al Hilal and Al Adadi are interested in bringing the player into their lineup, but they are preparing a bid, like I just announced, Lucky Singh. They are preparing themselves to make a concrete offer for the player, which Man United are set to be listening to. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there because, as you know, guys, I did let you guys know that, Ruben Amorim also has some fears of being left without suitable options on the bench or it for his lineup in general. Now, the interesting report coming in is Juventus are prepared to make an offer, a loan offer with an obligation to buy for Joshua Zirkzee this summer. There's also some interest coming in from Atalanta, who might be tabling an offer for a permanent deal. Let's see how it goes. There's expected to receive these offers in the coming hours. We will be hearing official announcements of these things very soon. Maybe this might be something that gives us the leeway to spend, to bring in another striker. Maybe go after Victor Gyökeres. As I talked to you guys about yesterday, Ruben Amorim has been demanding Victor Gyökeres and a signing for his midfield. So let's see what the options bring. Let's see what Man United does. The ball is at Ineos's court at this current moment, guys. Well, from Saudi, it looks to be something in the region of 30 million pounds. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Fingers crossed that, they come in and make an offer. Casemiro is such a conundrum. A lack of leaders winning on the training ground. He's the kind of influence we need for the youngsters, but at 350k a week, he's not worth it. So hard to warrant keeping him. That is definitely where we are at, Tommy Boyle. We are thinking alike in that. Yeah, Danny, it's Saudi, bro. I don't want to say it too loud, but they will pay some money. You know what I mean? It may not be 30 on the point, but it will be definitely close by. You know what I mean? I'm telling you now. There are reports that Man United expects an offer of a certain range, and that's why they're saying they're willing to take a 30 million loss on the player. We did sign him for somewhere in the region of 65 million pounds. So if they're taking a 30 million loss, let's just say maybe it's that level of price tag that we're going to be shopping him for. There's a lot of reports coming in. Man United have been scouting the likes of Omar Dion. It's interesting to see if we might make an approach for this player. He is a young player, but he's a young player that has been showing that senior or experience level with the way he makes his runs, his moves, his overpowering of defenders, the way he utilizes his body very well, his ability on the ball, and the way he links up with his teammates. It's an interesting situation since Amarim has been monitoring the player since he was at Sporting. And it's interesting to see if Amardion is still interested in coming to the Premier League. We know he was about to sign a deal with Chelsea, but it did not materialize. Maybe it's something that United can capitalize on. And why I'm saying this, guys, is because I'm open to all options. United needs to change. It needs to be radical. There needs to be a lot of interesting moves and deals happening because if not, guys, we're going to be lagging behind. Now, we're not in a rush. I'm not saying we need to win the league this season, but we definitely make some moves that will at least give this manager some options to turn things around, at least get us into a reasonable finish somewhere around 10th. I think anywhere above 10th or around 10th, we could accept if we win the Europa League this season based on the fact that the manager came in the time that he came into the club in. It was not the best time for a manager to be coming into Manchester United. And I certainly don't want to blame Ruben Amorim for the recent performances entirely. I think he's done the right thing in what he has done with his team and how he's decided to set up. But it's a situation where the players need to step up. They need to step up, guys. Definitely need to be stepping up. Now, there's also reports that Manchester United might be willing to loan Anthony out this summer. There are some reports that some people think that he is going to be sold in the summer. He has been, there has been offers or interest and inquiries coming from our rivals Newcastle on Anthony as well. Will United sanction a move for the 23-year-old international, Brazil international? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. Amorim has always admired him, to be honest, and Amorim does enjoy his work ethic and his work rate during training. But it's a situation where can Anthony show fans with his performances that he deserves to be here? Everyone has been criticizing the player. He has not shown any performances last season. Some of us might chalk that up to the extreme mental situation that he would have been experiencing under the possible charges that he was going through last season for 9 months. So others said he didn't even tear up trees in the first season. So it's an interesting debacle that Man United find themselves in. However, I would say, in my honest opinion, for the three substitutions that he has made in the last three games that we actually won, we have seen how well he links up with Anthony and how much he improves us with the energy off of the right wing back role. It's going to be interesting to see what we do. I think we need to be looking at this a little bit more creatively. Maybe starting him alongside Ahmed more consistently might be a better option to see if he really will make an impact. Because to me, guys, our right wing has never been the same or has never been as good unless those two players have been playing on the 10 and the right wing back, respectively, in my honest opinion, in the last 5 to 10 games. That's just my honest opinion. I think Mazraoui is great, but he should be playing the right centre back role. He should not be playing in the right wing back role. It takes away from his ability to help us in the build up and keep us solid at the back. That's just my interesting opinion. Is it the players who aren't stepping up, or is it the limitedness and dead end of the ability which is hindering their performances? Well, I don't think that's true because if you want to talk about limitedness, I mean, you have to be fair and you have to talk about it for everyone. And if you can tolerate the limitedness of some players for 9 seasons, I mean, tolerating the limitedness of one player for a year and for 18 months is not that bad, if you understand what I'm saying. Now, you can say he's limited, but I think that's a ridiculous statement, to be honest, bro. I have to completely disagree with you there. You know, so many PSG players in the news, some kind of rebuild about due at PSG, perhaps. Maybe that's why, but hopefully we get Donnarumma and get rid of Onana. Brother, I'm with you there. That guy he strikes me with zero confidence, my bro. Zero confidence. I don't feel like Onana is that guy. He has done well at the start of the season, but there's the bozo moments that run for 5 to 10 games that we really can't be affording because let's be honest, guys. Some of the goals this guy has conceded, unprofessional us, we would not concede those. You know, he has improved, so I don't want to write him off, guys, but he was never the goalkeeper that I would have liked to see at Manchester United, and that's my honest word. You know what I mean? That might be interesting. That might be interesting. I would have rather played VTech since the season 10 Hag came, but I think a lot of us forget that, Richard Arnold and John Murtaugh, they had made agreements beyond Eric Ten Hag for a lot of our youngsters, which, had money minded, centric and focused because they needed to bring in profits for the Glazers. So a lot of our young players were sacrificed before Eric Ten Hag could stop them. He had no power. So it's one of those things. When we got Onana, I think it was a lucky deal, and it was like a situation where it was either Onana or nothing. And I don't know, maybe he had a different choice. We weren't there. We don't know exactly the choices that he had to make, but we do know that in an interview he said he wanted Kane, and his first choice for goalkeeper was Diego Costa. Diego Costa. So yeah, guys, it's a difficult situation to determine. Vitek playing a blinder on loan, probably best player in the Austrian league, 100%. Onana is worse than Bartes was fact. Donnarumma is top class. Bro, I told you, man, them. I don't even rate Bartes. Far less Tim Howard, bro. Those guys not good enough, man. Those guys are all B-Tech versions of Shaka Hislop, bro. You know what I mean? Shaka Hislop was the original ball-playing goalkeeper, and he was way better than those guys because he was a shot stopper as well. And that's interesting for me because he's not been goalkeeping for years and years. You know what I mean? Thibaut Courtois is amazing. Donnarumma is really good. Diego Costa is very good as well. Verbruggen is good. Liverpool has been lucky. They have two good goalkeepers as well as Man City. Unai Simon is not a bad option as well, but the prices, guys, the prices. You know? So it's a short one, guys. It's just gonna be an update for me. I'm definitely gonna be back again this evening at 4:45 UK to present to you guys the call-in show. Of course, we're going to be calling in, having to have your say on transfers. We're also going to take a look ahead into the Manchester United game tomorrow against Liverpool. It's going to be an interesting one away at Anfield, guys. It's going to be a difficult game. So, guys, big up to all of you joining. Don't forget to smash the likes and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and especially the early likes while the channel is live. It definitely shares it around to the next possible viewer. And I hope you guys will join me later on for the call-in show as we look ahead to Manchester United versus Liverpool, and of course, discuss all the different possibilities that might and could be had as we go into the second half of the business end of the season. Man United, there are 20 games left, guys. I'm not going to say we're not in a relegation battle, but I'm not going to refer to it as a relegation battle. It's the climb, and we need to get ourselves there. We need to perform well. We need this team. We need to support this team, support this manager, and it's the most important thing right now. As much as we might be disappointed in some of the performances of the players, we have to support them right now. Because if we don't win games, guys, because the players don't feel confident, because they look online and all they see is criticisms, guys. And I'm trying to be fair on all sides, guys. I know we don't always criticism what we I know all this criticism is earned by most of these players. But what I'm saying is right now, we're in a rebuild, guys. We're in a dark time and we need to rise. So it has to start somewhere. And if we don't start showing faith, it's going to be a difficult climb, guys. Big up to LT in the building. I also agree on the Anthony and Ahmad on the right situation. And all the games we've lost, we played fullbacks as wingbacks instead of one winger and one fullback. Brother, you know it, my bro. Check out Leandro Bray as a future GK, 22-year-old. That's an interesting player. Was going to talk about him in my stream later on tonight. Big up to you, Ricardo Pereira. I feel like you be, scouting the same kind of players I be scouting, bro. Big up to you. I hope you're having a great day, bro. 2 goals conceded in Wolves' defeat is down to Licha, not Onana. Come on. I'm not gonna just blame Licha, bro. I did blame Licha for he's not been good since the start of the season. He's been one of the poorest defenders in our team so far. I'm not letting him off the hook as well. But definitely that second goal, that second goal was on Onana, bro. It come off the guy's shoulder. He could have punched that out. He definitely should have got there, bro. It was too slow. That ball trickled off that dude's shoulder like bloop. You know what I mean? Have you been ever chased a mushroom in Mario's, bro? That looks like first gen Super Mario chasing the mushroom. You know, it doesn't move that fast. It falls with a parabola. It doesn't go bang. You know what I mean? Big up to everyone watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, guys. We'll be back later on at 4:30, 4:45 UK for the call-in show, of course. You guys call in, have your say on the game. You know, give your match predictions as well, how you feel going in the game, who you think should be starting. You know what I mean? Leave it in the comments, whether you're in the live or the non-live, guys. Leave your comments. Let me know what you're thinking. I will definitely be replying. I hope you all have a great day. Stay blessed. Your boy Mark N. Peace out, guys.
Baby.